Lakin High School basketball on Lakin High Sports on YouTube is brought to you by these great supporters of Lakin High and the community of Lakin.
Shelter Insurance, Gwen Wechter, East Highway 50 Lakin.
Hendricks Welding, Brad Hendricks, welding at his place are yours.
The Agency of Lakin and Garden City.
Lakin Recreation, providing recreational opportunities for the community.
The Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank.
The Ranch House of Garden City Assisted Living and Skilled Nursing.
Shorty's 2 Cafe, Main Street, Lakin.
Along with Dwayne Bachman D. Bach Metals.
Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzema.
Kearney County Community Development, Mr. Ralph Goodnight.
Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
Lakin Drug, 610 O'Laughlin, Lakin.
Flashbacks Diner West Highway 50 Lakin.
And the Golden Plains Credit Union, life with a touch of gold.
To the hardwoods we go with the longtime voice of Lakin High Sports, Mr. Brett Hendricks.
Welcome to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. Happy Tuesday evening to you. Welcome and glad you're with us tonight for Lady Bronx basketball on the road, getting set to take on the Lady Beavers of Scott City. Lady Bronx coming off a tough loss last Friday at the hands of the Cimarron Lady Blue Jays, while the Blue Jays coming off a win over Ulysses by the score of 53-36. And the Lady Bronx looking to snap a 3-game losing streak to these Lady Beavers here tonight. The second year in a row, the Bronx and Lady Bronx on the road at Scott City. The Beavers 7-9 under second-year head coach Amy Felker. Lady Bronx are 9-5 under second-year head coach J.C. Holloway. Lady Beavers average 45.1 points per game. The Lady Bronx are averaging 42 points per contest. Let's look at the starting lineups. First for Scott City, wearing number 0, a 5'6 junior, averaging a half a point per game, Brinley Stevens. Wearing number 2, a 5'3 sophomore, averaging 4.5 points per game, Kendall Gentry. Wearing number 3, a 6'1 senior, averaging 15.5 points per game, Brooks Strine. Wearing number 12, a 5'6 junior, averaging 14.5 points per game, Erica Felker. And wearing number 24, a 5'9 junior, averaging 3.5 points per game, Cheyenne Kramer. Once again, the Lady Beavers average 45 points per game. They shoot 39% from the field, grab 27 rebounds per game, and they shoot 69% from the free throw line. Starting lineup for your Lakin Lady Bronx. Once again, 9-5 on the season. They start this way. Wearing number 5, a 5'6 senior, averaging 3 points per game, Sarah Wright. Wearing number 10, a 5'10 junior, averaging 8 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, Samantha Vogel. Wearing number 20, a 5'3 senior, averaging 6 points per game, 2 rebounds, Tegan Bachman. Wearing number 24, a 5'10 junior, is Jara Davidson. Davidson averaging 9 points per game, 5 rebounds per contest. And back in the starting lineup tonight for Lakin, wearing number 30, a 5'11 senior, averaging just over 4 points per game, and right at 3 rebounds per game, Brooke Groff. Lady Bronx tonight will be without the services of Kenzie Lohman Fuller, who went down with an injury late in the Cimarron game on Friday night, and she will not be in action tonight for the Lady Bronx. Don't know the extent of the injury, and we're not going to speculate, but let's just hope it's not serious and we can get her back on the hardwood as we get closer to sub-state time. It'll be good to have her back. She was playing well before she got injured on Friday night, and definitely going to be a big loss for the Lady Bronx tonight. Lady Bronx, once again, averaging 42 points per game. They shoot 32% from the field, grab 33 rebounds, and they shoot 46.5% from the free throw line. We've got 3 minutes to go before we tip things off here at the Scott City Event Center, and we're going to take a timeout. So many great sponsors that make Lake and Bronx Sports YouTube possible. Thank them when you get a chance. We can't thank them enough. We'll be back right after this.
Home improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. Even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Flashback to the days of bebop and bobby socks at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of bebop and bobby socks at the one and only fantastic Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Kearney County, a wonderful life opportunity, offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County Historical Museum or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com.
Getting set for tip-off here at the Scott County Event Center in Scott City. Lady Bronx and Lady Beavers set to tip things off here in non-league action. Brett Hendricks with you along with Jared. Glad you're joining us tonight. Jared's giving us a thumbs up that everything's A-okay, good to go. Don't want to brag, though, because it can be, my way of jinxing things. So far, so good. I know a year ago we had so many problems with Wi-Fi, jetpack, everything last year. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed this year that we're able to bring you Lady Bronx and Bronx basketball live from Scott City. And we will now break for the playing of our national anthem. Starting lineups have been introduced. Scott City 7-9, the Lady Bronx 9-5. Lady Bronx in the road purple uniforms, white letters and numbers trimmed in gold. Scott City in the home whites with the dark blue letters and numbers. Lakin will be going from our left to our right in this opening half. Thanks for joining us for Lady Bronx basketball here this evening. What do you think you were going to do there?
You know exactly what that was.
No, we don't do that.
That's what they're starting.
We don't do that skull chant here.
Yeah, we do.
Strine wins the tip, and Scott City with the first possession. When we're underway, Kendall Gentry with it out front, hands it off to Kramer, back to Gentry. Lakin in a man-to-man defense. Up top, Felker drives. Missed the shot. And Brooke Groth with the rebound for Lakin. Hands it off to Sarah. Near wing, Tegan with it. Off the screen from Sammy. Bounce pass underneath. Brooke able to lay it in. Lady Bronx on the board first. Nice opening drive for the Lady Bronx there. Long pass near side to Kramer. Back up top to Felker. Strine to Gentry. Off the glass, too strong. Brooke with the rebound for Lakin. Up the floor, Tegan up the far side. Stops on the wing. Has it knocked away. Just does get it to Sarah. Davidson back up top to Sarah. They work it around the arc. Brooke on the baseline, give underneath, Sammy. And a tie-up. The arrow points to Lakin. Sammy needs to just take that up. She had the position. Just grab that, go up off the glass. So Lakin basketball, Sarah to inbound on Lakin's baseline, finds Brooke. Tosses back to Tegan. It's a 2 over everything. Ball is loose. Sarah comes away with it. Bounce pass in the paint. Sammy missed the shot. Brooke missed the shot. Strine with the rebound. Gentry. To Strine, back to Gentry. 3, good by Kendall Gentry. And Scott City on top 3-2. Sarah, crossover, takes it to the left side. Back up top, they work it right wing to Jarrett. Brooke running baseline, may have gotten away with the travel, but Lakin keeps it. Jarrett to Brooke, up top, Sarah. Sammy from the free throw line, over Strine, won't go. And it's going to be Scott City ball. I thought Felker might have knocked that away from Lakin, but it will be Scott City basketball. Minute and a half in, Scott City leads at 3-2. Strine to Stevens, up the floor to Kramer. She'll hand it off to Felker. And a steal by Tegan Bachman. Sarah trapped in the corner. Now Tegan's got to move, got to get it across the timeline, and they just do. And a steal out front by Gentry. Gentry brings it up, didn't have numbers, now waits. Cross-court pass Felker, the drive in the corner to Stevens. Strine, step in off the glass. It was too short, and Tegan Bachman with the rebound. And a steal by Gentry. What are you looking for there, bud? Oh. And a tie-up underneath. Arrow points to Scott City.
One of my screens started going dark.
Oh, I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, we wouldn't have wanted everything to go dead there. Reagan Shavira into the lineup for Lakin. In for Scott City, Avery Lewis wearing number 23. Lady Bronx with pressure in the backcourt. Fouls on Sammy, her first. Up top, Lewis, top of the key, guarded by Davidson, gives it up to Felker. Now back to Lewis. Into Strine, turns, can't get the roll. Strine missed the putback. Lakin ball. On the near wing to Shavira. Up top, Sammy. They work it around left side to Sarah. Now underneath, Jarrah. In on Lewis. Oh, it won't go. Sammy battling for the rebound. Has it. And another tie-up. We've got more tie-ups than we had points so far in the first quarter, Jared. Arrow points, Scott City.
They have the exact same amount of numbers.
Lakin with pressure, stolen at midcourt by Sarah. Up the floor, Tegan. Tegan stop. Reagan off the glass, too strong. And that rebound knocked away by Sammy, and it'll be Scott City basketball. Lakin too strong off the glass. They're getting every look that they want, but everything's clanging off the glass. Mackenzie Metzger into the lineup for Scott City. Lewis, far side to Strine, back to Lewis, across the timeline to Gentry. Sammy gets a hand on it, and Felker has it in the corner. Up top, Lewis with the three, bouncing around, won't go. Sammy with the rebound, outlet to Sarah. Pass up the floor, Tegan with it, looking to drive, dribbles around. Can't get the roll, Strine with the rebound for Scott City. Underneath, Strine from the left side gets the shot to fall. Three-point Scott City lead. Lakin ought to be in double figures if they could get them just easy ones underneath to fall. Reagan should have drove around that screen there by Jarrah. Perfectly set, just gave up too early on the play. Up top, Davidson. Right side, Shavira, almost stolen away by Metzger. It'll be Lakin basketball. Monroy into the Lakin lineup. 2:07 to go first quarter. Lakin basketball. Scott City in a 2-3 zone. Back near side, Shavira. Davidson in the paint, dumps it to Naeli. Naeli with the left-handed shot, taken out of the air by Strine. Felker up the far side. And Scott City sets it up. Metzger with it out front. Cheyenne Kramer from the near corner. It's off the back iron. Tegan with the rebound. That was a good job by Brooke Strine. Tegan did a good job, even though she's smaller, did a good job to box her out. Strine did not go over her back. And we've got a foul out front. I believe that'll be on Metzger. And it is. First foul on the night for Scott City. Fouls are even at 1 apiece. Low scoring first quarter between the Lady Broncs and the Lady Beavers. Pass knocked away. I'm not a real big X's and O's guy when it comes to basketball, Jared, but how do you beat this 2-3 zone?
Ball movement and penetration.
3 off the mark by Sarah. Jera had the rebound, had it knocked away. Scott City's got it.
And more or less not just ball penetration, but off ball. Finding the open spot, cutting the gaps, making the defense move, getting tired.
Shot on the baseline, good by Mackenzie Metzger. Scott City with 7 straight, lead at 7-2. Sarah drives top of the key, right side to Tegan. Now back to Sarah. One of the things I thought when I asked you how to break the zone, Sarah had a good look at a 3 at top of the key. When you can split those 2 up top and hit 3s, that's one way to break it too.
Oh, yeah.
Reagan, left side. Jera turns, won't go. And that'll do it for our first quarter. Not a lot of action. Lady Broncs trail at 7-2 after the first 8 minutes of play. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with the second quarter for you right here on Lakin Broncs Sports YouTube, lakinsports.com.
At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools.
Welcome back to Lakin Broncs Sports YouTube. Brett and Jared with you. Thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday night. I want to remind everybody this coming Friday, the Lady Broncs and Broncs are back in action Friday night against Elkhart. And please note that it is throwback night and the games will be played in the Lakin High School gym. There will be no games in the Lakin Middle School gym. Steal out front by Metzger. Metzger, layup, got it. Tegan hit that basket support very hard. Thank God it was padded.
Yeah, that's why there's padding.
And that's something that a team that has to look out for because
yeah, because you can't just run straight underneath.
3 out front by Tegan, not there. Strine with the rebound. But the thing about it is, nobody plays with these portable basketball supports like they have here at Scott City, so that's something you really have to take note of. 3 from the left side, short. Sammy with the rebound. And Strine with the loose ball. And scores it. 11 straight now for Scott City as they lead it by 9. Tegan drives right side. Foul will be called on Brooke Strine. Tegan with 2. Rolls the first one in. Brooke Roth back into the lineup for Lakin. Aaron Urey in for the Lady Broncs as well. Taking second free throw, rolls off the mark. Strine with the rebound. Stevens left wing up top to Lewis. Gentry takes the three. Lakin just backed the defense off and left her wide open. Kendall Gentry says thank you for her second three of the night. .11 Scott City lead. Aaron with it up top to Brooke, over to Tegan. Reagan on the drive, fouled by Metzger. Oh, they're gonna get that on Kendall Gentry. Her first. Third team foul. Jared Davidson back into the Lady Bronc lineup. Lakin basketball. Sammy with the inbounds. Up top, over the head of Jara. Aaron has to save it back to Davidson. Reagan. Pass off the hands of Sammy. Goes back to Scott City. Gentry from the right side. Now they work it near side to Brinley Stevens. And a steal by Brooke. Everybody abandoned her. Brooke looking to get rid of it. Strine takes it away. Sammy from the elbow gives it to Reagan. Reagan off the glass, good. Near wing, Stevens with it up top to Strine. Three from the right side, off the back iron, won't go. Stevens with the rebound, throws it out front to Gentry, and they reset it. Into Strine, backs in. Good defense that time by Brooke. She held her ground. Strine got it too low on the baseline. Great job on that, not giving up any ground. Sammy from the high post. Out to Davidson. She'll fire from three. Off the front of the rim, won't go. Rebound comes off to Metzger. Strine from the post, gives it up to Metzger. And they're going to turn it back over to Lakin. Sarah Wright back in the lineup for Lakin. Also for Scott City, Erica Felker. And Megan Trout with her first action. Trout, a 5'10" sophomore. Sarah top of the key, left wing to Jarrah. On the baseline, Brooke back up top. Scott City still in a 2-3 zone. Aaron thought about firing, and it's going to be last touch by Aaron on the loose ball. She was going to fire it up. Gentry got a hand in there. Taken back in the lineup for Lakin. 3:33 to go, first half. It's all Scott City. Lakin had a 2-0 lead, and Scott City since on a 16-3 run. Runner in the paint, and Gentry gets it to go. Gentry came in averaging just over 4.5 a game. She's got 8 already in this first half. And a timeout called by Lakin, a 30-second timeout. Lakin inbound on the far sideline. Davidson along that far sideline. Throw up top and pass Tegan. That's going to be a backcourt violation. And it goes back to Scott City with 2:46 to play. What do you got? Oh. Oh, the inbound spot?
Yeah.
Normally would have been on the side where she touched it, I would have thought, but hey, it's their ball no matter what. Taking with the rebound off the miss. Is that what you were questioning possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it really never did make it to the baseline, but taking with it on the wing, up top to Sarah. Scott City now looks like they're in a 1-3-1. Davidson, air ball short from the left side. And the rebound comes off to Erica Felker. Reverses the dribble, looking to elude Tegan Bachman, but Tegan, good defense out front. Almost forced a walk there, but Scott City keeps the basketball. Trout giving the paint to Avery Lewis. She's fouled. Will go to the line to shoot two. And that foul is on Brooke Groth, her first.
I thought that was on Sarah.
Free throw in and out by Lewis. Second opportunity upcoming here. Strine back in the lineup for Scott City. .156 to go first half. And the second free throw good by Avery Lewis. Far corner, Davidson, back up Tegan, over to Sarah. Jarrett from the baseline, off the side of the rim. Rebound comes off to Felker, up the floor, Brinley Stevens. Knocked away by Sarah, and a tie-up. Arrow point, Scott City. Toes on the stripe. Avery Lewis hits it from the right side. And Scott City continues to pour it on, leading by 16 here in our first half. Davidson in the near corner. Tegan, short baseline, got it. Strine with it, dribbles back into the paint, shoots it over the triple team. Foul's going to be on Sammy Vogel. That's her second. Free throw good by Brooke Strine. Strine, a 69% free throw shooter. Reagan back into the lineup for Lakin. 40.2 seconds to play in our first half. Cheyenne Kramer also into the lineup for Scott City. And a free throw good. Up top, Jarrett. Over to Sarah now. Low post, Brooke. You know, I don't mind that shot by Brooke. I mean, you just got to take it to Strine.
They're going to have to start being more aggressive somehow to score the ball.
Yeah. I don't mind that. You know, the thing about it is when you're at that angle, put it off the glass. Don't go over her hands. Just put it off the glass. 3 up top. Got it by Erica Felker. And that'll do it for our first half. Lady Bronx jumped out 2-0. And since then, it's Scott City on a 26-5 run as they take the lead into the halftime break. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to add up our totals, and we'll have them for you when we return. We'll also get a chance to talk to Bronx head coach Nate Schmidt when we return. Brett and Jared with you. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back right after this.
As the teams take a break, we would like to thank all of our great sponsors who make Lakin High Sports video coverage possible.
Shelter Insurance, Gwen Wechter, East Highway 50 Lakin.
Hendricks Welding, Brad Hendricks, welding at his place are yours.
The Agency of Lakin and Garden City.
Lakin Recreation, providing recreational opportunities for the community.
The Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank.
The Ranch House of Garden City Assisted Living and Skilled Nursing.
Shorty's 2 Cafe, Main Street, Lakin.
Along with Dwayne Bachman D. Bach Metals.
Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzema.
Kearney County Community Development, Mr. Ralph Goodnight.
Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
Lakin Drug, 610 O'Loughlin, Lakin.
Flashbacks Diner West Highway 50 Lakin.
And the Golden Plains Credit Union, life with a touch of gold.
Back to courtside we go with Brett Hendricks.
We're at the half. The Lady Bronx trail it by the score of 26-7. Look at the totals. First for Scott City. Kendall Gentry and Brooke Strine leading the way with 8 points apiece. Mackenzie Metzger off the bench with 4. Avery Lewis with 3. Scott City 3 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half. The Lady Bronx, not a lot to really report here. Tegan Bachman leading the way with 3. Brooke Roth and Reagan Shavira with 2 points apiece. Lakin started off scoring the first 2 points of the night. And Scott City currently on a 26-5 run as they lead it 26-27 at the half. We're now joined by Bronx head coach Nate Schmidt. And Scott City and Lakin, I don't know if you really call a rivalry, but it's a game Lakin has won the last 4 straight against the Beavers, but it's always been one of those contests that highly competitive. I mean, like I said, I don't think it's necessarily a rivalry, but it is a great game between 2 basketball schools here in Western Kansas.
Yeah, absolutely. We always look forward to playing them because, it's going to be an intense game. It's going to be a good game. I don't expect anything different tonight, but we always love stepping outside of our conference and, playing the GWAC schools. And, we feel like that's what part of what we credit our league success to is who we go and play in the non-conference. And, these guys are who get us ready for league play because, let's face it, they're a bigger school. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're athletic. They're just the physicality, the intensity of the play. Nothing against our league, but it's just another dynamic when you play a school like Scott City. But there was a time when we weren't real successful versus schools like Scott City. And then we became competitive versus them, and then now we've had success against them. So it's all been part of a long process, but should be a good one tonight.
Always is. Second year in a row, Lakin makes the trip to Scott City, and I've had people say, well, why are we going twice in a row? Well, you know what? It's just sometimes how the schedule falls. I mean, you can't overload your schedule with you're not going to be able to play 9 home games and 5 road games. It's just not going to happen. So you have to even out the balance. So, hey, Lakin plays Deerfield at home back-to-back years, which, whoopee, it's 8 miles. So nobody really hurt there. But, hey, it's just the way the schedule falls. And, always a good trip up here. Like I said, Lakin has won 4 straight against Scott City, and they've been highly competitive. So, you talk about the GWAC, and that was no different last Friday with a 54-46 win over Cimarron. Hard to say they're part of the GWAC yet, but, they are part of the GWAC. But I thought it was a good, solid win by Lakin last Friday.
Well, first of all, on the schedule and things are coming up here twice, like, Brett, there's one thing I've learned, in administration or being an athletic director, is that you have to work with your neighbors.
Sure,
you have to help out. Sometimes it's bigger than just your school, whether or not it's the league or the area, and when, they're short a home game and we have an extra road game, you do what you can to work with people, so it's fair. And then, maybe down the road they'll return the favor. But, that's something that I learned real quickly in that position. But you're right, again, another GWAC school on Friday. Cimarron, who has a solid team. They had a point guard that really, really gave us fits last year. I thought Coach Simon had a phenomenal game plan put together, and I thought the kids executed the heck out of it defensively. I thought we were pretty good defensively. One thing we were lacking, in Friday night's game that we hadn't previously was our defensive rebounding. We weren't near as good defensive rebounding. But again, the physicality of trying to defensive rebound versus GWAC school is a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
And we'll see that again tonight. But at some point, Brett, we have to stop turning the ball over and we have to start making some free throws. And if we can do that, we'll go from winning ugly to winning by double figures.
Yeah, and that's, Lakin right now 7-6, and there's probably people can point to, but the glaring issue that I see right now is free throw shooting by the Bronx, and we've been spoiled the last 4, 5, 6 years of a team that hits 75% of their free throws. It's just not happening this year, and it's not because the kids don't, they don't work on it, because I'm sure they line up and shoot free throws every day. Free throws are where you've got the ice water in your veins, you step to the line, and that's where a championship can be won or lost. And, I totally agree with you. You turn that 53% into 73%, there's probably another 12 points per game that, this team could benefit from.
Yeah, I've been proud of our guys, the amount of times we're getting to the line. We just, we have to make them, and it's not that very few are staying late or, coming in early or spending time on the weekends. Like they're trying to get in there and practice free throws. And I've always felt it's a confidence thing. You got to step to the line with confidence and knock them down. But right now, shooting it the way we're shooting it, it's going to lose us a lot more games than it's going to win us. So we got to get that figured out so that we can be good down the stretch here.
Well, and I was talking to Coulter after Friday night's game, and we were just
our best offensive players, and we've just put them in that position because the ball is in their hands the majority of the time. We also found out early on that, in the first game of the year, if Adric gets in foul trouble, who do we have?
Yep.
So we've been trying to work some other guys in there. I think at some point we're going to have 4 or 5 guys down the road when they're juniors and seniors that could handle the ball and play the point guard position, in Drew and Tyler as well. But right now, let's face it, he's probably the strongest, most able to go score it more. And, when we came into the season, this is what, oddly, we anticipated Coulter doing, scoring the 20-25 a game, because that's how he ended his summer. And I say oddly because that's a 16-year-old kid going out there and doing it at the varsity level. It's just not normal to do. So, I know we always refer to this, but scary to think how they could be down the road.
Oh, exactly. And you talked about some physicality. One player between Coulter and MJ the other night, 40 points between those two players. Now, if there's a player that's not afraid to play physical, but 16 points the other night, I thought MJ really came on strong.
The longer MJ's here, the better he's going to get, the more understanding he'll get for how we want to play, the more he'll just learn what it is that we're doing, and the better he's going to get. And there's another kid you have back for a whole nother year. So expecting big things from him. We're going to need his physicality tonight in a GWAC game.
And he's going to have to be one of those players that, I guess not really have to, but he's going to become more relied on. But the thing about it is you get him more in the program next year. Absolutely. Where he's going to benefit from it and the team's going to benefit from it as well.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, hey, as always, we run late.
Yeah, I was going to see if you wanted me to do Blart's job or not. He's not back up here yet. I was going to say, no, I'm just
Yeah, well, he had to, he pulls, he's a guy with us that wears 2 or 3 hats.
He does, yeah. He always brings me mints.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And he's a part-time trainer, part-time broadcaster,
coach,
you name it.
He
Coach,
does it all.
yeah.
Typical Hendricks, just does everything for us.
Was that it?
Yeah. So.
I'm going to let him start doing that a lot more.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Coach.
All
Good
right,
luck tonight. We're underway in the second half. Jared Davidson led it off for the Lady Bronx with a 2 from the right side. Strine with free throws there. Hit both of them. I didn't catch who the foul was on. Oh, the foul was on Brooke Groff. I kind of went along with it, Jared, because I knew you were down to taping, so I just kind of held Nate strong. We've got a foul on the rebound, and that's going to be on Tegan. Scott City basketball, our left wing may have got away with one, but we keep playing. From the short block, Brindley Stevens hits it from short range. And it's a 21-point Scott City lead. Lob inside, Sammy on the drive. She'll be fouled by Brooke Strine and go to the line to shoot 2. Oh, they called that on Erica Felker. I thought that was on Strine. So that'll be Strine back to 1 foul. Erica Felker with the foul. And Sammy Vogel hits the first of 2 free throws here. And that one rolls out. Rebound by Kramer. Up the floor off the hands of Strine, out of bounds. It'll come back to Lakin. 6:11 to go, third quarter. Lady Bronx got work to do if they want to get back into this one, trailing by 20. Off the screen from Brooke in the corner to Tegan. Long cross-court pass Davidson. Brooke give to Sammy. Sammy in the paint. Got it. That was just good strength that time by Sammy Vogel to get that ball up and in.
Yeah, I said they need to start being more aggressive, and that's the only way they come back into this game.
Felker drive. Sammy with the charge. Foul will go against Erica Felker. That's her second of the quarter.
Nice dismount, too. Had the whole back roll and everything.
So Jared gives her a 10.
Yeah, at least.
You got to roll out of it too. Is that part of it?
I guess.
You never rolled. You laid flat on your back.
Yeah, I was protecting my head.
With Brooke, bounce pass into Sammy. Got the roll.
No
nice
offense, but most times I was taking charge. They were complete fast breaks. Some of those guys were pretty quick.
Well, you took charges waiting to see if your spleen was still in place.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well. I'm still here.
Sammy with the steal out front. Gives it up the floor to Tegan. Tegan drive. Foul called. That'll go against Mackenzie Metzger.
Full.
We've got a timeout. Is it Scott City, I believe?
I believe so.
I think it was. We'll wait and see what the officials. Well, they didn't point to him, but I think it is Scott City. So full timeout. Let's take one as well. 4:58 to go in the third. We'll be back right after this.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, We just brought them together.
4:58 to play in the third. Lady Broncs have scored 5 straight, trying to cut into that Scott City, what was a 21-point lead. I like the energy for the Lady Broncs right now. You know, that's something they could have been doing in the first half. Seemed like they wanted to play on their heels against the Lady Beavers. Now a chance taken at the line to shoot 2. Tagging 1 for 3 on the night from the stripe so far. Came into the night a 55% free throw shooter. And the second one good. Lady Broncs with pressure on the inbounds. Lewis with it, looking for help off the foot of Sammy. Scott City with the inbound on the near sideline. Near still, Brooke almost got it. Strine with it at center court. Now up the floor, Metzger. And Davidson with the steal along the sideline. Layup, missed. Tegan with the rebound. Out to Reagan, bobbled, but right to Tegan. Into Sammy. Sammy turns, Strine blocks it. Sammy will run down the loose ball. Work it out front to Reagan. Lady Broncs reset it. There again, nothing wrong with that.
No.
And good heads-up play. Sammy, the drive. Reagan, it's short. And we've got a tie-up. Trout had the rebound. Sammy reached in to tie her up. The arrow points to Scott City. Nayeli Monroy into the lineup for Lakin. Now, yeah, I don't know. Did you watch her taking the steps on the baseline? Now, wouldn't that be a turnover? Because there's an out-of-bounds traveling with the inbounds, isn't it?
I believe so.
3 out front, off the mark by Felker. I mean, just curious.
I didn't see it.
It wasn't major steps, but, you know, I think for the most part, you're supposed to stand still. From the wing, Tegan, up top Sammy, they work it around the arc. I'm just curious because I saw her take a couple steps, but once you get the ball, you know, they might give you one, you know, just kind of a pivot type of step, but I don't know. Scott City basketball. I don't know. I
know if you moved side to side, for sure they're calling it right off the bat, but I don't know if rocking one forward or not, really, because you're still like shoulder width or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Another tie-up will go to Lakin. Sarah Wright back into the lineup. Jordan McCombs in for Lakin. .321 to go in the quarter. Lakin basketball. Reagan tied up out front, and it's going to Scott City.
No, it's staying here.
No, Lakin just got the last one.
Oh, yeah, that was that one.
Yeah.
That was one behind.
So back to Scott City, the ball goes. Pressure in the backcourt, Felker with it. Into the paint, Strine off the glass, got it. Strine with 12. Reagan underneath.
Wow.
Oh, off the foot of Jordan.
Good look.
That was a good look. And it goes back to Scott City. Metzger off the fingertips of Lewis.
I really almost fell into that one.
She was trying to keep her balance, but it was one of those just almost fell. Then, like you said, it's like the ball had a magnet drawing her to it. 30-second timeout called by Scott City. 2:46 to go in the third. What do you got? You go and lay the headset down like that. I wonder what you had going on. Now I know what it is. It's food.
Man, I got a free $2 coupon, so I'm good.
For what?
From Pioneer.
For here?
Yeah.
No, it's not valid in Lakin because they're going to have that going on here next week at Lakin. So
that's why I took advantage of it now.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say, you take that home, your mom's going to skin you.
Yeah, no. I used it.
Yeah, that's going to happen in Lakin here in another week. Near steal in the backcourt.
That one sounded like it hurt.
Yeah, Metzger diving tried to save it in, but the only one in the backcourt with her was Reagan.
Good
Reagan
luck
underneath.
again.
Sarah. Oh, shot is short.
That's that one.
Oh.
I thought it was off her foot.
You know, I kind of thought it might have been off Scott City, but Nayeli shouldn't have tried to save that in. I think it might have been off Scott City, but it'll be their basketball. Inbounds to Felker. Lady Bronx with pressure up the floor. Kendall Gentry. Nice job by Monroy. Strine saves it in, but right to Tegan. So it will be Lakin basketball. Nayeli not able to knock it away. Reagan from the baseline, the far corner. Got a late whistle. What? On Metzger?
Oh.
Foul is on Mackenzie Metzger. That's her third. Reagan Shavira at the line to shoot two. Free throw good. Shavira 57% for the year. Cheyenne Kramer and Brinley Stevens back into the Scott City lineup. 2:09 to play in the quarter. And the free throw just catches the front of the rim and in for Reagan. Jared Davidson back into the Lady Bronx lineup. Reagan with 4 off the bench for the Lady Bronx. Sammy leading the way with 5 for Lakin, all coming in this third quarter. Felker up the left side. Felker went down hard, but she's back on her feet. Now drives. Steps in, layup good. I'll tell you what, the look on her face, you would have never guessed she was going to get back up and drive the paint and score a layup.
Oh, no.
Layup on the other end. Lakin battling Nayeli with 3 white shirts around her. Able to keep Lakin in the possession. 1:43 to go.
Nice.
Sammy, nice give over Strine. I like that play.
Yeah, straight downhill and aggressive.
Sammy she gave the indication that she was going to set a screen and able to hit the layup. Lady Bronx with the pressure, earned the turnover, and it comes back this way. .126 to go, third quarter. Lady Bronx basketball still trailing by 15. Davidson on the wing. Back up top to Sarah. Sammy from the high post turns from 10. Can't get the bounce. Sarah Wright with the offensive board into the lineup for Lakin here. What's wrong?
OBS is connecting and disconnecting.
Oh, crap. Well, bad thing about it, we're on a public Wi-Fi, and they say it's usually pretty strong. Felker the drive and hits it past Sarah. We'll see what happens.
It seems good now. Maybe it was just a little hiccup.
Okay. Tegan takes it to the low post out front. Sarah just inside the stripe. In and out won't go. Monroy loses the handle on the rebound. Brinley Stevens with it. She'll give it up to Lewis. 25 seconds to go. Well, we'll just keep an eye on it.
Yep.
On the left wing, Lewis with it. And a steal, a near steal out front by Jarrah. And Scott City has it now with 3. Lewis fires at the buzzer off the front of the rim. And that'll do it. A good second quarter for the Lady Broncs. They have cut into Scott City's lead, but the work isn't done. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the fourth quarter for you right here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. We'll be back right after this.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
36-21, Scott City over the Lady Broncs as we go to our fourth quarter. Brett and Jared with you. Thanks for joining us for Lady Bronc basketball. The first of 2 games here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Broncs and Beavers to follow around 15 minutes or so after we complete this contest. And at the end of the contest, we'll shut the broadcast off, and then you'll have to open a new window for the Broncs and Beavers on Lakin Sports YouTube. Will be Lakin basketball. Reagan Shavira into the Lakin lineup. Taken with it, dribbles near side, give to Jared. Ball is loose and taken away by Strine. Cross-court pass, layup missed, and taken Bachman with the rebound. Fights through the hands and brings it up near side. Stop. Good. That's good work by taking Bachman.
Well, way to be strong.
Wow. The foul was called on Cheyenne Kramer. Jerry with the inbound.
Nice.
Reagan from the
so
corner.
Good.
It had the line. It just didn't have the distance. And a rebound to Scott City. Felker off the screen from Strine. Pass into Strine. Megan Trout tried to keep it alive for Scott City, but it'll go back to Lakin. Lakin just, and it's been all season long, they have got to find the consistency.
Yep.
They've looked so good in the second half in stretches. And, they just got to be able to put more of them together. Sammy in the paint. Oh.
I think she thought Jared was going to take a back cut.
I think so too. And then just threw it right to Cheyenne Kramer. Kramer with it, top of the key. Gives it up to Felker. Felker. Left side 3. Off the back iron. Won't go. Brooke Groth with the rebound for Lakin. Gives it up to Tegan and brings it across the timeline. 6.5 to go in the ballgame. Jarrah thought about the 3. Dribbles off the baseline. Won't go. Sammy with the rebound. Falling to the floor. Gets it to Reagan. Reagan the runner. Off the glass. Won't go. Strine with the rebound for Scott City. There again, another opportunity for the Lady Broncs, just unable to cash in. Strine rolls off. Missed the shot. Strine with the putback. She's fouled from behind. That'll go against Brooke. 3 fouls on Brooke. And Brooke Strine to the line to shoot 2. Strine in the first half, 2 for 2. Rolls off the mark. Sarah Wright back to the Lady Bronc lineup. Strine's second free throw is good. Back to a 16-point Scott City lead. Sarah takes it to the right wing. Bounce pass. Sammy over Strine, won't go. Brooke Groff got the rebound tip and just cleared the paint. Sammy from 15 won't go. Jared with the rebound and is taken away by Strine. I like how Brooke tipped that out of there. She just cleared out.
Oh, yeah.
Made some space. Tegan almost knocked it away from behind. Felker from the right side loses the handle. It'll come back to Lakin with 5:20 to go in the game. Want to thank Gage DeHone on our camera. As usual, all year long, great job following the action for us. Just over 5 minutes to go in the contest. Lady Bronx needs some points. Brooke, turnaround, off the glass, it's short. Gets the rebound, it's short as well. Rebound comes off to Kramer. Valker across the timeline. Metzger with it on the near wing. Double team, looking for somewhere to go. Walked with it. Good defense. Double team by Jera and Tegan. Now Lady Bronx just need it. They're doing good things on defense. We don't keep track of turnovers, but they've gotten Scott City to turn over.
Very good for them.
But they're just not converting on the other side. Scott City in a man-to-man defense. They played 2-3.
Great. Lulled them to sleep.
Sammy with the baseline cut. And a steal. Davidson, cross court, Tegan from 16. Off the back iron, won't go. Falling to the floor, Sammy and Brooke Stride.
And Scott City ball.
It's points to Scott City. Good hustle by Sammy. Sammy with that back cut now with 9 points to lead the Lady Bronx. Jordan McCombs into the lineup. Nayeli Monroy into the lineup. Felker double teamed. Ball knocked away by Vogel. Felker to re-inbound for Scott City. Now Lewis will inbound in front of the Lady Bronx bench. Kramer slipped behind the defense. Layup good. $16 points, Scott City lead now, under 4 to play. Sarah on the right wing into Nayeli. Nayeli off the glass, get in there, and she's going to the free throw line.
That's a nice hook.
Foul is on Brinley Stevens, her first. 6th team foul on Scott City.
Lakin in the bonus here, the next foul.
Free throw missed by Nayeli. Felker out front and tie up. Tie up out front. Good job by Sarah to reach in. Should be Lakin basketball, no?
Yep.
Isn't? Yep. Jera back into the lineup. Lakin's going to call a timeout. It's a full. Lady Bronx showing some life. They trail it by 14, 3:32 to play. We're back right after this.
The Ranch House community is here to assist with skilled rehab, long-term care, and assisted living. We offer a serene atmosphere, dedicated staff, delectable dining, and daily activities. The Ranch House is here to serve our communities. Please review our site at midwest-health.com/ranchhouse/ or call 620-371-4700 to schedule your tour today. We look forward to hearing from you.
3:32 to play in our ball game. Will be Lakin basketball. Scott City with the 39-25 lead. Brett and Jared with you. Thanks for joining us tonight for Bronx and Lady Bronx basketball. Bronx to follow about 15 minutes after the completion of this contest. At the end of our contest, we'll go straight into our game stats, and then we'll cut everything off, and then we'll get loaded back up for Bronx action. We are going to be a little bit behind. We're scheduled for 7:30. It's 20 after 7 now. So we will be a little bit behind of our 7:30 start time. Monroy out near the center court logo. Hands it off to Sarah. Right side to Davidson. Lakin looks a little out of sync of what they're trying to run here. Davidson off the baseline. Good ball fake. Tried to shovel it into Sammy.
Oh.
And knocked away by Scott City. Picked up by Avery Lewis.
That one was really close.
Yeah, I was right down the line, and it was about, like that. Layup, no good. 3. Brooke Groth is the only Lady Bronc in foul trouble with 3. And for Scott City, Mackenzie Metzger with 3 fouls, so she's the only one in trouble with Scott City. And I don't know that 3 fouls with 2:42 is a lot of trouble, but they're the only ones with the most. Felker with the inbound. Strine middle of the floor. Up to Gentry, who drives right side. Now they'll try to work it back out front, but in the corner to Stevens. Felker left wing, guarded by Sarah. Back to Gentry. Strine backed in, throws it back out top. Oh. Jordan McCombs with a near headlock on. Lakin needs to be aggressive here. They've got a foul. Lakin needs to be aggressive here. They've got a foul to give, and that was a travel out front, I thought. I thought Stevens leaned and then took a shot, took the step. That foul will be on Sarah, her first. Lakin now looking to burn off some fouls to put Scott City in the bonus. Now, who would you want to foul? Maybe Brindley Stevens. She's only attempted 1 free throw this year. Strine. Lewis wide open, hits the layup. May become immaterial now with that easy layup by Scott City, but just looking who you might foul in a situation. Shavira stops. Davidson at the free throw line. Missed the shot, gets the rebound, put back good by Jarrah. Lady Bronx with pressure. Strine with it up the floor, Lewis. Ooh. Well, I was thinking maybe a travel, but I think she still had the pivot foot. I think she just Tegan with this steal. Layup from the right side. She'll hit it. And a timeout call. Lakin with the full timeout. Lakin now trailing by just 10. It's a full timeout. You're done, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay, I've got a couple over this way. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Lady Bronx basketball.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You can lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
Some commercials make it really tempting to buy cheap insurance. That's great if price is the only thing that's important to you. The agency believes cost is important, but protection is what you're really paying for. Rely on the agency to build the policy that protects your property at a price you can afford. Call the agency today at 620-355-6789.
Scott City basketball after Tegan Bachman draws the Lady Bronx within 10. Strine with the inbound. She'll be fouled by Sarah. Second foul on Sarah. 6 team fouls, so now both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. I don't know if I would foul Strine. She's a 69% free throw shooter, but they want to put the ball in her hands. Now Gentry, a 38% free throw shooter. Maybe that's what you want to do. Ooh, almost a near travel out front. Kendall Gentry with the drive, delivers left side to Mackenzie Metzger. Lakin's going to have to foul. And the foul will go against Sarah Wright. And a 1-and-1. Kendall Gentry to shoot the 1-and-1. Gentry shooting 38% on the season. And of course, law of averages, she's going to hit it. Here, let me turn you back up. I mean, that's one thing you want to look at as a strategy down the stretch, who the better free throw shooters are and, and whatnot. But, hey, sometimes the law of averages goes against you too, just like that. She hit them both.
Sometimes it's a clutch gene.
Yep. Tagging with 3 from the corner, off the back iron will go Reagan with the putback. It's short, and the rebound comes off to Avery Lewis. Felker with it. Felker, an 84% free throw shooter. Gives it up to Strine. Now under 10 to go. Lakin's going to let them dribble it off. A good effort down the stretch by the Lady Bronx, but they will lose it by the score of 43-31. They'll fall to 9-6 on the season as Scott City goes to 8-9. Look at the totals real quick, and we'll sign this off, and we'll come back for Bronx basketball. Here in about 10 minutes. We're going to be, about 8 minutes, 9 minutes behind our regular schedule, but we'll be back after we give these stats. Brooke Strine leading the way for Scott City with 13 points. Kendall Gentry with 10, Erica Felker with 7, Avery Lewis with 5, Mackenzie Metzger with 4, Cheyenne Kramer with 2, and Brinley Stevens with 2. Gentry was 2 of 2 from the stripe. Brooke Strine was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. And Avery Lewis 1 for 2. Scott City 3 of 4 from the stripe in both halves. They finished 6 of 8 from the charity stripe. For the Lady Bronx, Sammy Vogel leading the way in double figures with 11, all 11 points coming in our second half. Tegan Bachman followed with 8. She had 5 in the second half. Jared Davidson with 4, Reagan Shabir with 4, Brooke Roth with 2, and Nayeli Monroy with 2. From the free throw line, I've got Sammy Vogel 1 of 2 from the line, Tegan 2 for 4, and Reagan Shabir 2 for 2. Nayeli was 0 for 1. Lakin 1 of 2 in the first half, 4 of 6 in the second half, 5 of 8 for the game. So did we match for the second game in a row?
Yep.
Oh, that's scary. Write this down, that's 2 in a row that Jared and Brett actually do not have to argue over who's right on stats.
Only thing I'll add is a 62.5% free throw shooting for the night.
Way to work that math skills, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank all the sponsors for all the help they do with us here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. And we ask those of you watching, do the same. Without their generosity, we would not be able to be doing what we're doing. And for you to do what you're doing by watching us at home, they're responsible, so please thank them. Jared, great job as usual, color analyst and our producer. JD Ham, all of the tech support, all of the tech work that he does for us here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. We appreciate all that he does. I've said it before, and I'll always say it. If it wasn't for JD, we wouldn't be here. So thank you to him. So we're back. Now they've got a presentation going on down on the floor. So they haven't even wound the 20-minute warm-up clock in between. So give us about 10 to 12 minutes, and then we'll be back on the air with Bronx basketball. We'll talk to you soon.